your girl Dami here, and I am back with another video. If you are new here, welcome. Happy to have you. If you are returning, what's up? Y'all know I love y'all to death. So we are gonna jump right into this video. We ain't gonna waste no time because so many people since the day I moved here have been asking me so many questions. So this video is going to be about how my first year in Dallas went, okay? Yes, I have officially lived in Dallas, Texas for 1 year. My official date, my 1 year anniversary was January 6th. So like I said, ever since I moved here, people instantly were asking me on Instagram like, oh my goodness, how do you like it? How is it? You know, just so many different questions. So I kind of put the video off because I was like, you know, let me get the full experience of really being here. So then I can really give you guys details on whether or not Dallas is a great place to live. You know, I can't really say much if I've only been here for a week. You know, that's just like a regular vacation. So I did on Instagram post, and that's why I have my phone right here because I'm going to be looking at my phone while I do this video a little bit, so excuse that. But I did put on Instagram, I asked some people, my followers, to my supporters. I don't really like to call them followers because y'all my supporters. I asked them to ask me some questions on what they wanted to know about my move to Dallas. I will say that some of the questions kind of go hand in hand a little bit, so it might be a question that I feel like is important as far as moving, and it might also be something that my supporter asked. So the first question is, was moving expensive? I would say yes. Sometimes moving can be expensive. Was my moving, I really feel like this question really depends on what you consider expensive. Like, you have to think you're moving out of state, right? So of course it's going to be a little costly. My process, my experience was a little bit different because I didn't have a bunch of furniture. I literally restarted. I didn't bring my bed set from Dallas. I didn't bring my, from Buffalo. I didn't bring my couches from Buffalo. None of that, okay? So really all I had to move here were like clothes, shoes, like my artwork, like some of my little knickknacks that I had, like just really small stuff, but like not too small. So my moving process was, we rented a pod, which is like the smaller version of a U-Haul truck. But a pod is something that they literally will drop off to your house. They have you pick a drop off location, then you fill it up. So like me, my friends, my family, we fill this pod up full of my stuff, right? And then you definitely have to lock the pod, because if you don't, someone can go into it at night. So like once we're done with the pod, completely done packing it up, we had to put like a padlock on it. And after that, you have a pickup date, and that person will come up and pick up the pod, and then they'll drive it to Dallas, right? Or drive it to your destination, I should say. So that was my process. The pod, and I'm gonna give you guys the exact amount of how much the pod was. So just give me like 2 seconds to try to find that. So, okay, here's how it works. For the U-Box container in Buffalo, you have to rent that. So that was $79.95. For them to deliver the pod to my house was $99. And then you do insurance coverage, which is $18. For the ride from Buffalo to Dallas was $964. And then for them to deliver it in Dallas was $79, okay? So I'm gonna just screenshot this and I'm gonna put it right on the side so you guys can see the total cost. That was how much it cost for me just to move all of my stuff from my old house to my new house in Dallas, okay? You know, I guess that's fairly expensive. That's like, what, a Louis bag? Probably a little bit more. So yeah, I guess that's expensive. But like I said, you're moving out of state, so expect to spend some money if you're watching this and planning on moving. Okay. The next question is, why did you decide to move to Texas? So I just feel like my time was up in Buffalo, to be completely honest with you. I'm from Buffalo, New York, so I lived in Buffalo my whole life. And I just felt like I got everything I needed to get out of Buffalo. and I was becoming uncomfortable there. And I feel like when you become uncomfortable somewhere, that's like, I don't mean to get like all preachy or churchy, but that's like God trying to shift you into the next step of your life. I was becoming uncomfortable in Buffalo, but it wasn't a good uncomfortable. It was more so like I was losing myself, you know? Like I did everything I had to do, and then I kind of was just like stuck and kind of feeling like, okay, what now? I just felt like my journey, my time was up in Buffalo, and it was time for me to progress and figure out what was next. I picked Texas because my mom had actually already been here for 2 years before I moved here. And I remember helping my mom move, or coming to visit Dallas because of my mom moving here. And I was just like, yeah. Like, have you ever went out of town, and when you get there, you just like, you feel like you belong, kind of like, I'm supposed to be here, you know? That's kind of like the feeling I got my first day in Dallas. And I remember I told my best friend Michaela, like, I'm gonna live here. Like, yeah, I'm going to live here. The third question was, why were you scared to move? So I think I was just scared because it was a change. And obviously change scares everybody. You don't know what to expect. You jumping into something new. So it was just like, ooh, what is about to happen? My whole life is about to change. Am I ready for this? Am I not ready for this? Like, you know, like it was just kind of like, you was just fearful of what was to come next, but it was also like excitement too at the same time. Number 4, what do I love most about the move? I would say I love, compared to Buffalo, we don't get no snow. Now, I will say it can snow here, yes, but it's not like a Buffalo thing where you get like a winter. Like, you know, snow is coming in like November to April, damn near, in Buffalo. Here it's cold starting, I wouldn't even say cold, because like I'm barely wearing a jacket here, but like really cold, like where you need a jacket, like January. I would say like I could get away with wearing a hoodie outside right now, and it's still early January. Like I would say, but mid and end January is when you need to put on a jacket. January and February. But March, like they have actual seasons here, like winter, spring, fall, summer, like that's a real thing. Buffalo, not so much. So I would honestly say that's what I love the most, is like the weather and just the sunlight. Like it's so much sunlight here, and just sun puts you in a really good mood. Like, man, I would just be so happy to see that sun. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I am not a cold person. I do not care for the cold. So I would honestly say the weather change is what I love most. I'm gonna add one more to it, the environment overall, like the scenery. I would just say, like, you drive in to go to work and you see like the big buildings, and you know that those are like big booming businesses. Like you just see money everywhere. Like eyes just light up like, yo, it's money to be made here. Like when I say you can make money doing anything in Dallas, make money doing anything. Like and I'm gonna get to that part when I touch on jobs, because one of my supporters did ask me a question about jobs, so I'll touch on that. But that is something too that I love, is that there's just, the scenery is just amazing. When you look around, you just like, you feel like, yeah, I can grow here. Good areas to live in Dallas was number 5. Now, I've only lived in 2 areas, but I do have friends here, and their areas, I would say, are also good. So I currently live in Farmers Branch. I love it. It's so quiet. One day I'm gonna have to come on here and show you guys my neighborhood, and I'll probably do an apartment tour as well. But before I lived in Farmers Branch, I lived in Las Colinas, which is Irving. Now, when I get my own place, because right now it's me, my mom, my sister, and Bryce living in a house, or an apartment, I'm sorry. When I get my own place, I'm going back to Las Colinas. I love Farmers Branch, but Las Colinas did it for me. like that's somewhere I would love to live. Another good place I would say is Grapevine. Grapevine, I heard, is really quiet. Another one is the, what is it called, the Design Arts District. Is nice because my other friend lives over there, and it's super cute. Uptown, or like Deep Ellum, I would say it's nice to live over there, but I've actually been hearing that it's not, which I just think scenery wise it looks nice, but I heard that there's like a lot of crime and stuff over there in Deep Ellum. But there's areas further out in Dallas, like my mom's friend lives in like Glen Heights, and that area is super nice. It's just further out for me, so it's like 40 minutes. So that's like driving from Buffalo to Rochester. But here, that's normal. Like that's not like a bad thing here. Like I said, I'm still exploring Dallas. I've only lived in 2 areas, So at a later date, I'll be able to give some more good areas where you guys could move to if you were to pick Dallas to move to. The cost of living in Dallas. So like I said, me, my mom, my sister, and Bryce are currently in an apartment. Our apartment is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom apartment. I do notice here that it really, the amount you pay depends on, one, the square footage, number one. The more square footage you get, the more you're gonna pay. And then number two, the area that you live in, I noticed, will fluctuate how much you pay in rent. I would say compared to Buffalo, it's not expensive though, because I feel like you get more for your buck. Like a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom apartment in Buffalo, please show me where one exists, and please show me if it looked better than mine, because hunty, my house look like, my friends be talking about my house look like a hotel. Like, it's so nice. I got the high ceilings. Like, I'll show y'all, don't worry, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna give y'all an apartment tour. I was just waiting for the apartment to be semi-done, you know, decorations and stuff like that. So I'll show you guys to get an idea of how apartments look in Dallas. So someone said, how are the men there? From what I hear, corny. Corny and emotional, but that's just from what my friends tell me. Obviously, I'm with Bryce, so I would not know how they are. But another thing I heard is these niggas is for everybody, no matter where you go. So let me stop. Do they have the Dallas shag? I've only seen one person here with that, and he was not from Dallas, so I'm not sure if that's like a Dallas thing. I think the person that I seen it with was from Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken. Is everything far in Dallas? Compared to Buffalo, yes. Like I just said, just to drive to my mom's friend's house is 40 minutes. You know, that's a drive to Rochester and Buffalo. For me to get to work every day in Buffalo, it took me 10 minutes. Dallas is like 20. Now some stuff is close, like Bryce's job. Bryce works at AT&T now. His job is only 5 minutes up the street. So it really just depends, I would say. But compared to Buffalo, yes, you have to get on the expressway for everything. And it's so easy to get lost here. Like their expressways, like on your GPS, you'll be going this way and the expressway don't clearly say like, take the exit right there. It'll just have a little curve and it's like you're supposed to be going this way, but you end up going this way, and then you gotta get off on a whole new exit because you missed the exit. Like, it's so confusing. I still had to use GPS in Buffalo, and like I said, I lived there my whole life, so I'm not gonna ever know where I'm going in Dallas. I'm gonna forever need my little GPS, okay? Oh, another thing in Buffalo is I lived on Suffolk and like Bailey type area, and you know, you go on Bailey, you got everything. Like the hair store was up the street, you got the corner store, then you got the pizza, you got Avenue's Pizza. Like everything was walking distance. Not that I was walking, but the only place I'm walking to here is to the pool, and that's because it's right next door. I'm not walking. Like, what? I only got like 5 more questions, y'all, so we kind of coming to an end. How often do you think about Buffalo? Somebody asked. So when I first moved here, I would say frequently, especially when I would get on Snapchat or Instagram and I would see like all my cousins and like my friends hanging out. I'd be like, I want to go home. Now, to be completely honest with you, my first week here was my first 2 weeks here were extremely rough. I will say that, because I just missed home, and it was just like so different, and it was just like, you just feel like, what am I supposed to do? What do I do? I know I stopped keeping track, but that was number 10. So 11 was, what was your process before moving, and did you save a certain amount of money? So the process before moving was, number 1, I had to really decide if I was coming, because let me think, when I really decided. I graduated in May. I had my party June, July, August, September. My lease was up in December in Buffalo, and I think by September I had to really buckle down and be like, okay, are you going or are you not? Like, what are you gonna do? The process was packing up the entire house. Now mind you, the house was still filled with my sister's stuff and my mother's stuff, so we had to pack the entire house up. That was a week process, like a 2-day process, a week process. And then I had to say bye to like all my friends and prepare them for me to be leaving. I know that sounds crazy, but like it was very sad. Like I had just gotten so close with so many people before I left, that leaving them just felt like the end of the world. So preparing my friends for me leaving was another part of my moving process. And then I had to, of course, the job that I was working there, I had to tell them and give them a decision and let them know, yes, I will be leaving, which was extremely sad. I don't know if you guys know or not, but I was a youth peer advocate in Buffalo. So I had clients and stuff that I worked with, and oh my goodness, that I'm getting emotional thinking about it because I really missed that job, like really, really bad. But that was a process. So I had to prepare my job for leaving. I had to prepare my clients for leaving. And these are kids that I was working with for like months and stuff. You know, you get attached. That was hard. I'm trying to think. Oh, I had to prepare Bryce, honey. Okay, the next part of number 11 was, did you save up a certain amount of money? I only had about $2,000 saved. That's it. That's all. Best food and chill spots. Best food so far, what I've been eating here a lot, like that I eat frequently, is seafood boils. They got some busting seafood boils here, I'll say that. I do know Dallas is big on like barbecue and I think brisket, but that ain't really my forte. That ain't really my thing. I'm going to try it just to give it a chance, but it's not really me. My favorite seafood spot, I've been going to Shell Shack a lot, which is so good. Oh my goodness. So good. So seafood boils, I would say, is the best food for me in my opinion. The funnest chill spots, I'm still working on that, because I would say we don't really, or I haven't really been to a chill spot. Everywhere that I go is kind of like, usually when I go out, it's like a turn up type of vibe. You know, I haven't really been to many chill spots. I did go to one hookah lounge, but even that ended up being popping. They was in there playing, what's that song? Give me my gots. Got. So, I mean, we was lit. But I would say here, the hookah lounge is definitely what they look at as chill spots. I'm pretty sure there's like more. I just have to like discover them. How was the job hunting process? Did you get a job before you moved? No, I did not have a job before I moved at all. Like, I didn't even start looking because I literally decided to move kind of last minute. Like I said, I didn't decide until maybe September, and then I started packing up my life in December. So it was just like, whew, you know, I gotta go. So I did not have a job before I moved, but I moved here January 6th. I had a job by like the middle of January, so maybe like January like 20th. I would say then it was fairly easy to find a job. And the reason I say then is because I only stayed at that job for about a full month. I would say I quit that job end of February all the way up until last month, all the way up until November. I would say I was out of a job, and I put the quotes because I was still working. You know, you guys know I started my businesses since I've been here, which has been a blessing and a curse. No, just a blessing. I'm lying. Definitely a blessing. So that was one way that I was keeping some income coming in. And then, like I told y'all, it's so much money to be made here. I'm dog sitting. Like, I dog sit. And well, pet sit, I should say, because it's not only dogs. So I started pet sitting, and that was another way for me to bring in some money. So as far as finding a job like how I am now, like I go into an office every day from 7 to 4, I struggled finding that due to COVID. March, April, May, June, July, we've been in lockdown in Texas. Well, July, it kind of started to let back up, you know, a little bit, but we were still in lockdown. So I've been in lockdown for 5 months. I didn't really get to explore Dallas as much as I could have if we were not in lockdown, you know? So I feel like that kind of hurt finding a job or whatever. But I will say now I feel like it's a little bit easier because businesses are opening in Dallas. Like, we are not closed at all, really. So there is more opportunities to work. I still pet sit. I still have my businesses. So, oh, and I was doing DoorDash. Whew, I was making a killing on DoorDash. The only thing with DoorDash is you drive so much and you put so much miles on your car, you know? So I was still making money, you know? I wasn't working like a office type setting job like I am now. And it wasn't like a steady income. Being an entrepreneur, you have your weeks where it's like sell. Then you have your weeks where it's like, okay, one sale. And then it's like, well, where everybody at? Where the money at? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? That's where I'm at now, okay? It's easy to find a job here, it also depends on what you want to do. How did you meet new people? So I met new people. So this is actually funny. I met new people on Instagram. This guy made a post and was like, if you're new to Dallas and have had a hard time meeting new people due to COVID, comment under this post who you are, how old you are, and what type of friends you're looking for. I comment. And then from there, certain girls I DM'd or certain girls DM me. From that post is 3 of them that I still am in contact with. Now I have 2 other friends here in Dallas and they are actually from Buffalo. So that kind of just, you know, worked out pretty well. That's how I met new people or new friends, is through Instagram, literally. To find an apartment, I moved in with my mom. But I will say in May, when we started our apartment search for this apartment, it did not take long at all. We used Zillow, and in Zillow, it lets you put like what you're looking for. So we knew we needed 4 bedrooms off rip, okay? 4 bedrooms and at least 3 bathrooms. And Zillow kind of was very helpful, and it shows you pictures and stuff. Like we looked at a house and then we looked at this apartment and then we ended up going with this apartment. So it was easy. If you know what you're looking for, it's really not hard. Did any of your close friendships change back at home? No, really, if I had to think about it, I would say no. None of my friendships changed back at home. If anything, they've gotten stronger. Like I talk to my friends back at home at least once a week. Probably more than that, honestly. I will say they surely need to act like they could come and visit, because I done went to Buffalo at least 5 times since I done moved to Dallas, and ain't nobody came to see me. Do I like it better than Buff? Yes, 100%. I love it here. That is actually gonna be my last question, but I do wanna wrap up and say, if you are considering moving, if you're watching this video right now and you're considering moving, I don't care where you are, you don't even have to be in Buffalo, you could just be anywhere, and you're considering moving, do it. Please do it. Experience it, you know? Like, you just learn new stuff about yourself. Like, I just feel like Dallas changed me, and even my friends tell me that, like, you are a completely different person. Like, I'm so much different here now, and it's in a good way, you know? It's like it pushed me to be a different person. And I'm not saying everybody's gonna have the same experience or the same journey when they move out. I know some people who move somewhere and they don't like it that much. I know some people that move and eventually have to move back home, which that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. Just experience it, you know? We only live once. At least be able to say, oh yeah, I lived here before, and you know, this is how it was, and this is what I got out of it, so on and so forth. When you move, make those connections with people, you know? I just feel like it's so much more to see. Like, I can see myself living here for maybe like, first of all, I'll start with, I can see myself living here for the rest of my life, raising kids here, and then just traveling. Honestly, buying a house here and being settled here. I could definitely see that. Or I could see myself being here for another 5 to 7 years and moving somewhere else, because I did it. So now that fear of moving and living somewhere else besides my hometown is no longer there. I'm already doing it, you know? Like, do it. Like, I tell my friends all the time, when you coming to Dallas? When you moving to Dallas? When you moving? Hurry up and save so you can move. Like, I just really think that it's a great thing, because I can't even stop smiling. I'm so happy to be able to say I did it and that I've been here for a year. I can't wait to do this video again in another year, in another year, and another year, okay? Just to keep updating you guys on how it is going here in Dallas. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was like informative. I hope you guys just loved it, because I love doing it. I'll be back. You know you're gonna see me, so you might as well subscribe and hit that bell notification, period, okay? So be sure to follow me on Instagram at _simplydomi. Follow my business pages at DKN Collection and at _the Lash Florist. And you can follow Bryce too, I guess, at DJWire1, and follow my sister and her businesses. I'll put it, you know, I'm gonna add everybody. because you're gonna be seeing everybody in my channel this year. Everybody. I ain't gonna add my mom because she don't want y'all add her on Instagram or nothing, but I'm gonna add everybody. And make sure you add them. And bye.